came from the UK. I can't and won't be stopped.
Come on, there you go. Get out there. Get out there. It's got it. Something to say. It's got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrestle.
Oh my God!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another explosive night. WSN Round.
Cut off with one of the big guys. And to prove yourself, you want to knock him out.
Good day, students, and welcome back to another action-packed episode of Professor Burr's Wrestling History class. And today's lesson, we're going to talk about something that is very special to Professor Burr's heart. That is tag team wrestling, but not just tag team wrestling. One of the things that I think is one of the best tournaments ever, which is the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup Tag Team Tournament, or simply known as the Crockett Cup. But first, I will love to start with giving shout outs to our two favorite sponsors. First, we go with Chops Trading Cards. And the second is Slam. And of course, I can't do any video without giving a shout out to my brothers and sisters in the Wrestling Society podcast. So, are you ready to take a deep dive into something that is very, very special to Professor Burr and to history of tag team wrestling? I definitely know this is going to be one of Jim Cornette's favorite. So, students, are you ready? Do you have your pencils, paper, and pens? Or for you modern students, do you have your iPhone, your iPad, you have your tools to make things easier on you? So let's take this deep dive into this lesson. The Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup Tag Team Tournament, known simply as the Crockett Cup, was created by Dusty Rhodes and Jim Crockett Jr. of Jim Crockett Promotions in honor of Crockett's father, the JPC founder, Jim Crockett Sr. The tournament format was a single elimination with the promoted prize of $1 million awarded to the winning team. Jim Crockett Promotions held this event every April in 1986, 87, and 88 before the selling of the company to Ted Turner in November of 88. In October 2017, William Patrick Corgan purchase of the NWA was finalized. As a big wrestling historian, William Patrick Corgan owned October of 2018 during the NWA's 70th anniversary show. He announced that the Crockett Cup would be returning in April of 2019. In January of 2020, it was announced that the Crockett Cup will be returning in April 20th. But it was canceled due to the unfortunate global pandemic. In March 2022, the Crockett Cup returned. The original 3 events featured 24 teams in a 2-show event. The 1996 version was held the same day. The event was one in the afternoon, wrapping up on the other one that evening. In the 2019 and 2022 versions of the Cup, only 8 teams wrestled at the pay-per-view, with all the first round coming on their TV show. Some notable winners of this prestigious championship were in 1986, the Road Warriors won the inaugural tournament. In 1987, Dusty Rhodes and Nikita Koloff won that year's version. In 1988, Lex Luger and Sting won the tournament that year. In 2019, the return of the Crockett Cup, the winners of it, and also the inaugural NWA Tag Team Champs were Brody King and PCO of the Villain Enterprise. In 2022, the Briscoe brothers won the tournament. And I'm not going to lie, class, one of my favorite tag teams of all time. In the latest version, which would be this year, 2023, Mike Knox and Trevor Murdoch won the tournament. We're going to switch over a little bit to NXT. In 2015, the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic was started in the memory of Dusty Rhodes, who had passed earlier that year. Of course, he was one of the creators and featured stars of the Crockett Cup in the NWA during the mid-late 80s, which the Dusty Classic is molded after and have been compared to. The original 2 tournaments were 16 teams. The next 3 tournaments were 8 teams. In 2021, the tournament went back to the original 16 teams. And in 2022, the tournament went back to an 8-team tournament. Also, in 2021, the first women's version of the Dusty Classic was held. Some of the winners were, in 2015, the inaugural winners were Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. In 2016, the Authors of Pain. In 2018, the Undisputed Era of Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. In 2019, Aleister Black and Ricochet. In 2020, the Bruiserweights, consisting of Matt Riddle and Pete Butch Dunne. In 2021, the men's version, the winners were MSK, Nash Carter, and Wes Lee. And for the inaugural women's tournament, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez, now known as Rodriguez. And in 2022, the men's version, the Creed brothers won. And in 2022, Kaylee Lee Ray and Eos Sky won. Another fun fact, Paul Ellering, the original managers of the Road Warriors, also led the Authors of Pain to winning the championship in 2016. The tournament has such a great history and tradition that some of your who's who of wrestling has competed for the tournament. One day, I hope that one of the current best tag teams in the world get to compete and possibly win the tournament, which would be FTR. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that history lesson because I sure enjoyed bringing it to you. And as always, thank you for joining your professor in Professor Barr's wrestling history class.